Hey guys, what's up? This is Harry Talks Movies and TV, and this is my breakdown and thoughts on the new Ms. Marvel trailer for Disney+. So a couple days ago we got the new trailer for Ms. Marvel, which is a new MCU Disney Plus show that's coming on June 8th, which is just after the Moon Knight series, which drops on March 30th. I believe this will be a 6-episode series. I don't know if that's been confirmed, but I'm assuming so because the last few shows have been. And so we did get a special look at this a few months back. I'm not sure what for, I can't remember, but we did get a little look at it a few months back, which just gave us a few clips and not really much context to the story. But this is actually like a full trailer for the show, and it's like gives us, a little idea of what the story is going to be and a little bit of insight as to what the show is going to be about and what the show is going to be like. So first off, I want to say I watched the trailer and I really thought it was awesome. I thought this was a really awesome trailer, and I know a lot of people didn't. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter and on TikTok talking about how it's like a kids show and it's like for teens, and it's, and I just think to myself, like, not everything can be like, dark and brutal, like Moon Knight. Like, I see so many people so excited for Moon Knight, and I'm so excited for Moon Knight as well. But like, it's good that Marvel's giving us variety. Like, they're giving us Moon Knight, and then we can also get Ms. Marvel straight after. So like, I don't know why people would have a problem with this. Like, if it doesn't appeal to you, don't watch it. Clearly not everything is going to appeal to everyone, but I just don't understand the criticism that it seems too childish when, like, at the end of the day, that seems like who it's aimed at. It's not necessarily aimed at children. Obviously Marvel, it's for everyone, but it's clearly is not aiming for a dark, gritty story. It's clearly going for a light-hearted, fun story about this fun character, and I don't get why people would be mad about it. Like, if it doesn't appeal to you, don't watch it. But anyway, so I think this looks really good and really interesting. I like the style. They're sort of going for the same style as like Spider-Man Homecoming, like the Spider-Man movies, with like sort of the cartoon drawings around the edges of the Marvel logo, and sort of it reminds me of Into the Spider-Verse as well, how they do that, like the comic book drawing things. I think that looks really awesome, and it gives us sort of a vibe of what the show's going to be, which is like, light-hearted and fun, which is going to be interesting to see, because we actually haven't had like a nice light-hearted Marvel story in a long time. Well, not a long time. We did go on with Hawkeye, but that was like, there was some pretty dark things in there. But anyway, one of the most controversial things about this show has been the power change, how they've changed her powers from the comics. Because if you didn't know, originally in the comics, Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, was a character who was she was an Inhuman, I believe, and she got her powers from inhaling Terrigen Mist, which is something that gives you powers, I'm assuming. I'm not a big comic book reader, this is just what I've heard. And she basically has the powers to stretch her limbs and grow, like sort of similar to Mr. Fantastic, but not really. Like, they don't have the exact same power set, but it's very similar. She can stretch her limbs, she can, grow to different sizes, and they've changed that clearly to where she has this sparkling sort of magic sort of thing, like comes from a ring on her wrist. Now it has kept sort of the same elements from the comics with the stretchiness, because you can see in one part of the trailer she like stretches her hand out to be really big, and you can see she also jumps. When she jumps, she looks like she's really like stretched out. So they have sort of kept her abilities similar. They've just changed them, maybe because I don't know why. I actually don't know why. Like, I've heard maybe it could be because of the similarities to Reed Richards. I've also heard that it could be because VFX budget, and it's like would cost a lot of money to make realistic stretchy powers just for a TV show. So yeah, I don't know why they've changed their powers. I think honestly, like, I'm not a big comic book person, or like, I don't like read comic books, so obviously I don't really have much of an attachment to this character, but I can see why some people are upset, because part of her character in the comic books is that she has this power, and it's one of her insecurities, because it's not like typically you see like women in comic book movies have really sparkly powers. Like, if it's Scarlet Witch or Captain Marvel, you can see like most of them have like really sparkly powers, and that was sort of a point to her character in the comic books, which is where she was insecure about her powers, about how they were not, you know, sort of feminine enough. They were, you know, big, and that was just a point of her character in the comics. And a lot of people, I can see why they would be upset with them changing that. I am not upset because I was not a big, you know, don't have an attachment to this character, so it doesn't really bother me. But yeah, I can see why people are upset. Yeah, so I think this looks really good. You can see there's moments, like, this is clearly going to be like a high school based show, obviously because she's a child. But yeah, the trailer gives us a little indication of what's going on in the story. Like, we don't get any sights of the villains. We get like foreshadowy figures that appear, which is not necessarily, like, we don't actually know if they're the villains. We'd assume so, but we don't know. So it gave us a little bit of an idea of the character, but not too much of the story and what's actually going to be happening in this show. We know that she's a big fan of Captain Marvel, and we know that Miss Marvel is going to be in the new Captain Marvel movie, The Marvels, along with Brie Larson and Tiana Paris as Monica Rambeau and Carol Danvers. So we know she's going to be in that. And I think I'm very excited for that movie, actually, because I really like Monica in WandaVision, and I thought the Captain Marvel movie was good. It wasn't my favourite, but it was good. So yeah, I'm excited for the Marvels, and I'm actually excited for this show for that reason, because we're going to see her in the Marvels. So I'm excited to see what they do with her character. I think this looks good. This looks good, you know, like. And I also see people criticizing, like, oh, did we need this? Like, do we need these shows about these random characters? And like, yes, obviously we do. Like, we don't need anything. But like, why would you be mad that we're getting more stuff? You know, like, I don't understand that, and I never will. Another good thing about this show is that it's good representation for people of color and people of her same culture. So that's good. You know, Marvel have been doing that recently with Black Panther and Shang-Chi, sorry. So that's good that Marvel are doing that. It's, you know, appeals to a wider audience, wider audience. So that's good. Yeah, this character looks cool. She kind of reminds me of Kate Bishop from Hawkeye, just the way she talks. She sort of has that vibe, and she's like a superhero fan. They sort of do give off the same vibe, but clearly they're going to be very different characters. And yeah, so I'm very excited to see what comes of this show. It comes out June 8th, and it looks really interesting, you know, and it's good that we're getting this variety of stuff. We're getting, like, isn't it amazing how Marvel can give us Moon Knight and then Miss Marvel? Two completely different shows about two completely different things. Well, obviously they're both about superheroes, but, you know, they're two completely different in tone, and which is, you know, Marvel have really been great at doing that, giving us variety. They give us so much different stuff. This is clearly something they haven't actually done before. Like, I guess you could say it's similar to Spider-Man, but like, it's not. This is more, you know, I know I said something about the criticism about this earlier, but this is more, you know, kiddie, teen sort of stuff. But like, it's good that they can give us that, you know, and obviously this is going to not just be for, you know, children. It appeals to everyone. So yeah, this show looks really good. I'm really excited to watch it. It releases June 8th, and I hope you guys check it out as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.